Alright guys, welcome to this course overview. So building or designing a sleek and awesome website using WordPress. This is Jixtech. Alright, so first of all, this is a website design training, WordPress, web hosting, domain, cPanel and web mail. So if you take a look at my slide here, you see that 43.5% of the web runs on WordPress, 70,000 plus WordPress plugins, 500 plus new WordPress sites every day. That's to say, 43.5% of the website you see on the internet today runs on WordPress. So if you're a kind of person that you don't want to stress yourself to write thousands of code, writing codes every now and then, you just want to build a website in less than 45 minutes, this course is for you. So let's go straight to the next slide. Alright, so what we will cover in this WordPress tutorial. So today's training, we'll look at what is WordPress, definition, stats, and why it dominates. Number 2, we're going to talk about building with WordPress, step-by-step website guide process. Number 3, we're going to talk about WordPress components, themes, plugins, widgets, and more. Number 4, themes and plugins. I'm going to dive deep. Customization tools and the ecosystem. Number 5, we're going to talk about web hosting and domains, how the internet infrastructure works, cPanels and webmail will be the last, managing your hosting accounts and emails. So what is WordPress? WordPress is a free open source content management system, CMS, built on PHP and MySQL. So PHP is a programming language, while MySQL is a data type of programming language. So originally, WordPress was launched in 2003 as a blogging tool by Matt Mulgrew and Mike Little. It has evolved into the world's most powerful and widely used website building platform, powering blogs, business websites, portfolios, online stores, and enterprise applications. So you might be interested that most of the websites on the internet today are running on WordPress. You might not know. You might think is a built from scratch platform. Yes, it might interest that is WordPress. Or how so many big companies today, I might not want to call their names, but you can make research after this course. I will show you how to know what WordPress sites. So it's been recorded that 43% of the website on the internet today runs on WordPress. There's 63.3 CMS market share in 2026. They'll have 70,000 plus plugins in the official directory. They'll have 500 plus new websites, new WordPress website launched daily. So why choose WordPress? Free and open source, no license fee, download, install and use forever at zero cost, community driven updates. So why choose WordPress? Because it's very easy. In less than 45 minutes, you're going to build a full functional website. That's, if you want to sit down and code, it might take you months, it might take you weeks, it might even take you years. So with WordPress, in less than 45 minutes, you're done building your website. So number 2, fully customizable. Thousands of themes and 70,000 of plugins let you build any type of website imaginable. Just imagine it. You can build all kinds of websites. Alright, number 3, beginner friendly, no coding required. The Gutenberg blog editor lets anyone build professional sites easily. So WordPress is just like a drag and drop, like you're trying to pick something from here, drop it here, pick from here, drop it here. So website is very easy, beginner friendly. You don't need to write code. If you know how to write code, added advantage. But in this course, you don't need to learn, or you don't even need to know any programming language at all. All you just need to do, install your WordPress and you're good to go. SEO optimized. So built-in SEO features plus plugin like Yoast SEO make ranking on Google easier than competitors. So if you're into digital marketing, you know how difficult it is to rank your site. But with WordPress, all those things are made very easy. Like I said, in less than 45 minutes, you're done building your website. Alright, so number 4 is secure and reliable. Regular core updates, security plugins, and a massive community monitoring vulnerability. So not like your normal websites where you code, you start monitoring your websites every now and then, doing updates, patch, and all that. No. In WordPress, you don't do that. Alright, so the WordPress community got you covered. They do the updates, they do the patching, they do the security. All you just need to do, sit down, relax, and see how your site grows. scalable, powerful personal blogs and enterprise sites like TechCrush, the New Yorker, and CNN. So many big websites like the CNN. Interested that CNN runs on WordPress. So let's get started. So number one step is you need to have a domain name. Choose a memorable domain name like .com.ng or any niche domain name, or .school.online. So we're going to look in web hosting. Pick a reliable host. We'll have Bluehost, we'll have Namecheap, and we'll have SiteGround. So I'm going to give you guys a link to actually register on one of the best registrar, that is one of the best hosting company. Check in the next course. I'm going to be dropping the link there. Alright, so number 3 is install WordPress. Click on install via cPanel or Substaculous. Number 4, choose a theme. Browse free or premium themes on WordPress.org or ThemeForest. Customize design. Use theme customizer or Elementor page builder. Create pages and posts. Add homes, about, service, contact, blog pages. As many pages as you can add it here, right? Then install key plugins. We have the SEO plugin, the security word fence, cache, and Lightspeed as a cache. Then number 8, configure settings. Set PAM links, menus, site titles, and time zone. Launch and test. Check their mobile responsiveness, speed, and all links. So these things, I read that I can do this all of these things in less than 45 minutes. Alright, so we'll have the WordPress components, we'll have the themes, we'll have the plugins, and we'll have the database. Also have the WordPress core, we'll have the pages and posts, the widgets and menu, template files, PHP functions, and file systems. We'll have the models, we'll have the users, and we'll have the settings. So we're going to look at what is WordPress theme. A WordPress theme is a collection of template files, sheets, and assets that control a website's visual appearance, layout, fonts, colors, and page structure without affecting core contents or functionalities. Like I said, you don't need to know any programming language for you to use WordPress. So WordPress is just a drag and drop software. So all you just need to do is install your themes, your plugins, and you're good to go. And the beautiful aspect of your site. So we'll have about 30,000 plus free themes on WordPress. So this 30,000, you can pick any theme of your choice that suits whatever you want to build, be it a fintech, blog website, any kind of website at all. Alright, so we'll have 12,000 plus premium themes on ThemeForest. We have 11.96% Elementor market share. So top themes. Alright, so you can go through this. Astra, we'll have a Divi, we'll have Ocean VP, we'll have a GeneratePress, we'll have a Hello Elementor. So how the theme types? We'll have the free theme available at WordPress.org. Great to start with. So we'll have the premium themes, the paid themes, ThemeForest, elegant themes with more features. Alright, so these are the theme markets where you're going to go to purchase your premium themes. So how the multipurpose can be used for any website with customization. Or how the niche theme built for a specific countries, restaurants, law firm, and e-commerce. WordPress plugin. A WordPress plugin is a software add-on that extends or adds new features to a WordPress website without modifying the core code. They can be installed, activated, deactivated, and deleted from the WordPress dashboard in seconds. No developer needed. So this is what WordPress does for you. You can do everything from your dashboard. You don't need to hire any developer. You don't need to pay anybody thousands of naira to get a website for you. You can just sit down in less than 5 minutes. You're done deleting, deactivating, or activating your WordPress plugin. So this adds extra, or it adds more functionalities to your page. Alright, so have the security. You want to add more security to your WordPress? You can install this. The plugins for that. You want to rank your site, you install the SEO plugins, performance, your cache, WP Rocket, that make your website to be very scalable and fast. We'll have the e-commerce, the WooCommerce, Easy Digital, and all of that. We'll have for email forms, we'll have the WP forms, we'll have the contact form, and we'll have the form builder. We'll have the backup if you want to back up your website. We'll have the Updraft Plus, we'll have the backup back WP up. Alright, so these are the plugins that add extra functionalities to your website without you modifying the main code itself. Remember, WordPress is for those that don't want to go into programming, so you don't need to touch the code. Your plugins does that for you. Alright, so what is a web hosting? Web hosting is a service that stores your website files, HTML, image, database, code on a powerful server connected to the internet 247. When anyone types your domain name into a browser, the server delivers your website to their screen. Alright, so for example, take a look at Jumia. When you click on www.jumia.com.ng, that's a hosting. So when you click on it, some images and animated stuff will just pop out and all of that. So that is a hosting. Alright, so just think of you clicking your name, www.myname.com, and it pops out your image, your pictures, things about you. That means your page is also what? On a web hosting. So we have 178.66 billion global web hosting market value. Alright, so we have the shared hosting, multiple sites shared on one server, cheapest option, best for beginners. Alright, so I have the 2,000 to 8,000 a month. So don't worry about this. I'll be sharing you a link where you can register and get your domain and your hosting at a very cheaper rate, and you get plus security updates and all of that. So have the VPS hosting, virtual private server, dedicated resources on a shared machine, better performance, and I'll have the dedicated hosting, entire server for your sites, maximum performance and control, enterprise level. We'll have the cloud hosting, hosted across multiple servers, highly scalable and reliable, used by fast growing sites. So what is a domain name? A domain name is the unique human readable address used to identify your website on the internet. Example, we have google.com, we have drixtech.ng. Behind the scenes, every domain maps to a numeric IP address. The domain name system, that is DNS, translates it to users. Don't have to memorize numbers. Instead of using your normal IP address 199.00. The DNS does what? It translates it to what? To users, so they don't have to keep memorizing numbers. And when they translate it to users, it now translates to your domain name. For example, have drixtech.com/about us. So this HTTPS is a protocol. This HTTP is protocol. This is the subdomain, the Drixtech. Then this is the domain name. Then this is extended CLD. Then the URL part. All of this. So don't worry, don't try to memorize all of this. We're going to dive into that in a short while. So when we get, I'm going to be explaining all of this depending on the product you want to build, or depending on the organization you want to build for. Alright, so .ng specify websites, commercial, mostly popular globally.com. We'll have .ng.org, non-profitable organization. We'll have a .net, network and tech companies. We'll have .org, government websites. .edu, that is for educational institutes. So how to host your host, how to host your domain in 5 steps. Register your domain name, choose a hosting plan, point the DNS to your host, upload your website files, configure your domain settings. So we're going to look at all of this. This is just a course overview, what we're going to be learning in this course. So we're going to be learning a whole lot, alright? Also known as a control panel, is a web-based hosting management interface that lets you control every aspect of your website's accounts through a simple graphical dashboard. No command line experience required. It is the industry standard used by millions of web hosts worldwide. So we're going to look at this in depth. So this is where you upload your files, your WordPress. You first of all install your WordPress, you upload your themes, your plugins, your database connection, website statistics, domain managers. So you do all of these things automatically, so you don't have to you don't need to worry about all of this. All these things are done automatically. That's why I said in less than 45 minutes you'll be getting your website ready. So what is a webmail? Webmail is a browser based email client that lets you send, receive and manage emails directly through a website without installing any desktop app like Outlook or Thunderbird. It's accessible for many devices anywhere in the world with an internet connection. So for example, this webmail is let's take a good example of your bank. This person is banking with UBA. Sometimes you see info@upa.com. You know, all those things are also called a webmail. It's also known as a professional company email. Alright, so we're going to be looking at that when we dive straight to the course. Compose and format image messages, manage contact and address books, organize with folders and labels, access from any browser, any device, create professional name, your name at your domain name.com. So we're going to look at this we're going to look at this fully when we dive into this tutorial. So this is like a course outline. So how the internet works: you have you type your domain name, your browser asks DNS server, DNS return IP address, browser connects web server, and website loads on screen. So these are things we're going to be looking into in this course. So WordPress security, protecting your website. So we're going to look at this when we want to install WordPress. We're going to look at this carefully. Use a very strong password, install security plugins, keep everything updated, regular backups, limits, login attempt, that is a rate limiting. Then install your SSL certificate. So WordPress versus other websites. So WordPress, Shopify, Wix, and Squarespace. So market share: WordPress has the highest market share and is free. Others are paid. Plugins 70,000 plus, Shopify 8,000, Wix 300 plus, and Squarespace we have limited. So WordPress also supports e-commerce and skills level beginner to dev. Alright, so even developers can use it, beginners can actually use it. So if you, like I said earlier, if you know how to code, especially PHP programming language, it's an added advantage. But if you don't know how to code, believe in me, that is totally fine. You can still build your websites in less than 45 minutes. So the career opportunities: freelancer web designer. You can build projects for clients ranging from 50,000 to 500 a project. WordPress developer, digital marketer, web host, reseller. You can be selling hosting. Web design trainer. You can be training people just like I'm doing here. Tech enterprise, and so many, and so on and so forth. These are the things you can actually find yourself doing after this course. Alright, so thank you. You have completed this, so thank you. Next step is practice building a site on a local host. That's the XAMPP and the WAMP. So we're going to look at all of this carefully. Alright, so thank you. I'm going to be seeing you on the next slide where we'll get started with WordPress. Bye.